What's up, beautiful people, and check out where Han and I have woken up this morning. We have been staying in the beautiful South Wales countryside. We stopped in one of these cute little glamping pods. We arrived a little bit late, so we won't talk about getting stuck down a single track Welsh country lane that I had to do a 17-point turn to get out of, but let me show you our little glamping pod yurt. Morning. Look at this. It's got a sofa, amazing bed, got some beers on the table, which I'm very impressed with, and little heater, a table. It seems very, very fancy. I never thought I'd be staying in a yurt, so that's a new one for me. How was your night?
Really warm actually. I was expecting it to be cold, but it was great.
Last night we arrived and went straight to the Oxwich Bay Hotel for a delicious meal. I'm talking like super tasty. How was the food last night, Han?
Good.
Oh my. And this as well. Yes, please. We're just looking forward to the next couple of days, really. We're treating this as our little Welsh weekend getaway, even though it's not actually the weekend, it's just a couple of nights that we could fit into our schedules. But the sun looks like it's coming out and we've got some cute little activities planned for the next couple of days, so we're pretty excited to get out and explore South Wales. Andrew, nice to meet you. Lawrence.
Nice to meet you. Lawrence, good to meet you. We can drive up to the woods from here, so...
oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, if
cool.
you want to follow me up. It's a little bit muddy, but it's a proper road, so it should be...
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. We'll drive up then?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
So this morning we have just popped down to the Gower Heritage Centre where we met Andrew, who's just ahead of us here in a 4x4, and we're going to be heading into the woods and having an introduction into bushcraft, which I'm not quite sure either of us know exactly what that entails, but it does sound very fun, with hopefully some like shelter building and survivalist things, so we're going to see what that's all about. And so we've just arrived in the woodland, as you can see. We're with Andrew now. And what is it we're actually going to be doing today then?
Well, today
Andrew?
is a taster of a bushcraft session, so we'll be covering a bit of knife work, a bit of identifying trees and plants, and also a little bit of fire lighting as well, so it should be fun.
How's it going, Han? Oh gosh.
So close.
Now this technique is called the chest lever or the chicken dance, so it's a really efficient method of using a knife. Using my arm and wrist muscles, I can now use my back and shoulder muscles. I'd like to see you try those.
And we've finished our tent pegs. How do they look? I think
yours is better.
No,
What
I
do you
think
Look at that roundedness versus this bluntness.
I'm not so sure, but we've learned a lot of cutting knife skills, I guess. And then we've got some fire making that we're about to embark upon, which sounds very fun. Just parked up at Langley Bay and we're going to head in for a little bit of lunch. So food has arrived, but check out this view. Now time for a little windy walk down at Langley Bay. We've just come from we walked along the top up here, and now we're heading along down to the coast area. There's a little outcrop just over here, and on these rocks sometimes apparently you can see seals, so we're hoping we can see some seals. Firstly, check these views out. Secondly, there's surfers down there. Just driven round to the other side of the bay. It took about 20 minutes, and just before we got some dinner we thought we'd head down and watch the sunset. So although we just drove the car for about 20 minutes round to get here, we were just up here. That's where we had lunch, and we walked all the way along here and tried to see the seals. Failed, but walked all the way back, and then we drove all the way inland and came round to where we are now. Now we could have probably just walked it from here in probably about half an hour, but then we'd have had to walk back in the dark, so we decided to drive it, and I'm very glad we did. Peter, it's cold out there. Sunrise this morning was, and I think neither of us really want to leave our glamping yurt here at the Three Cliffs Bay Holiday Park. Just, oh, it's such a nice setup. Just parked up in the quaint little seaside village of Mumbles. It's actually just a little bit further, just down here, but we have parked just here because this is right by one of the most iconic places in Swansea Bay from the Victorian era, which is this pier right here. And just across the sea, you can see this is Swansea. No trip to the British seaside would be complete without playing on some little 2p amusements, so we're going to try our best to win some little rubber ducks.
Oh. Didn't win the duck.
And we've stopped by a place called Verdi's here in Mumbles, right on the waterfront. This is what I wanted today. Spending our last afternoon here in South Wales, just walking along the Wales coastal path. We left Mumbles away behind us, just over here, way back there, and we're heading up to a place called Langley Bay, literally right on the coast. And we have made it to Langley Bay. We've got a little ice cream as you do, and we've got our own little spot here in front of the beach huts to just chill out for a few moments with this incredible view in front of us. We've had a beautiful, beautiful little weekend getaway here in South Wales, and I want to say a massive, massive thank you to Visit Swansea Bay, because although this hasn't been a paid promotion, they have arranged our whole itinerary and sorted everything out for us, so we massively appreciate that, don't we?
We sure do.
It's been an absolutely perfect weekend, especially today with the weather like this and the views like this. It's really showcased just how beautiful the UK can be, and I'd recommend this trip to anyone. I'd also hope that next time I come back I can do it for longer. I'll leave loads of links in the descriptions below to everything we've done, everywhere we've been, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down in the comments or send me a message at all. But for now, I'm gonna finish this vlog of our weekend up here, so thank you so much for watching. Big love, and it feels good around here.